I went over on Onofri?
Onofri.
Onofri with the Victims' Right Unit right here in Jackson County, and you are bringing something back to the community that's been gone since before COVID. So tell us what's going on.
We're doing our candlelight vigil at Queen's Church, April 16th. It's for people of the community who want to come together and support families who have been a part of being a victim or have lost someone to a crime or have been a part of a crime that put them as a victim. It's held at Queen's, like I had said, and then it will go from 7 to 9, and then at the end of it, they'll go downstairs, be able to socialize with each other.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So it's a candlelight vigil. Do they bring their own candles? Do you provide them?
Nope. Queen's Church is so kind, and they're providing the candles for us. And Father Tim will lead us in prayer, and then the ladies of the Guild have also been so gracious in providing refreshments for downstairs.
Oh, that's
Very
so
nice.
nice.
Very cool. Kristen, this is your division within the Jackson County Prosecutor's Office. Tell us a little bit about what you guys kind of do year-round in your department.
Yeah, so we help victims of crime, help them attend court, get them through the court hearings and all of that. We offer a lot of community resources that we try to get them in touch with. We've worked really hard on creating a binder with all of the resources here in Jackson. There's not many, but there is some and enough for our victims. So we just help them, get through the process. It can be very lengthy. It can be tough. It can be hard. And we explain, each court hearings what they are, and just be with by their side through that process.
What have you seen this evening, this vigil? I know it's returning for the first time since before COVID, but in your experience, what are you seeing, and what does this mean to people that have been somehow touched and hurt by crime?
People look forward to this every year. From what I've heard, this is my first time being a part of this actual vigil. We hold a monument we have a monument out at Cascades that we hold like a gathering in August. Usually we'll have one in August this year. And at that monument ceremony, I hear a lot of people requesting this one again. They really enjoy it. It's a little bit more personable and just a little bit more solemn for them.
The wide range of victims, right? And maybe you could help define what a victim of a crime is. It can be very traumatic, not just for maybe the person involved, but the family. Just talk a little bit about the range of folks you help.
Yeah, so there is a big range. It can go from animal cases to domestic violence to homicides, even breaking and enterings and home invasions. There's a big wide range, and we help anyone that is a victim that comes through the courthouse.
What's one of the biggest things families or victims need to realize? Is it just the rights that they do have?
I think the biggest thing that they have to realize is that it can be a very lengthy process. It's not just, you're coming to a couple court hearings and then it's sentencing. Cases can get adjourned here and there, and it's very long. So that's one thing that we explain to them is it's going to be a long process, but that's what we're here for, is to get them through it.
Oh, that's awesome that you guys are here for the people in our community.
They
really,
have
right?
strong minds, hearts, and shoulders to
Strong
carry
backs,
that burden
from
the victims.
Of course, we all follow big, large national cases, and you hear victims getting closure 10 years later. But of course, we're talking. It could be a breaking and entering. It could be a drunk driving. Just literally anything. It's amazing. What do you guys find most rewarding about your job?
The families that you work with. Being able to connect with a family that you typically wouldn't have any connection with on a normal basis. There's so many people in Jackson, and there's so many people that are victims of crime, and we get to meet with them, and we get to just help them through the process. I think that's the most rewarding part, is just being able to get to know the families and help them through something that's probably the worst part of their life.
So are there services, like for instance, if I'm a family member of somebody that's a victim of a crime and they're struggling, are there things even after the fact? Are there programs that you guys could, kind of put out there that people could get resources to help afterward?
There's a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, there are resources out there for groups like counseling, a lot of domestic violence groups, sexual assault groups, for you to go to and just kind of help heal. Through the community. I know Aware has one. Hannah Duran has a group that she meets with, Healing with the Waves. I know that she does that, and so there are groups that people can meet and kind of go over the court process, what they've been through.
Well, we'd like to encourage people that have been victims or family members and anybody that wants to support, come out. It's tomorrow night at Queen's Church from 7 to 9. It sounds like there's going to be a special prayer and kind of a visit, like a social thing afterward, to just kind of come together. And I'm sure that's a very healing process. So Queens is at 1111 Carlton Boulevard right here in Jackson tomorrow night from 7 to 9.
It should be a great event. Talk about when people getting together, it does help them heal, correct?
Yeah, and we actually have a mom who her daughter was a victim of a homicide here in Jackson a couple years ago, and she's so gracious. She's going to come and speak at the vigil about what this has done for her, her family, going through the court process, families being able to relate on an unfortunate circumstance and situation is actually really healing. So it's nice. She's been so kind to come and meet with us and have the one that's doing the speech.
It's a beautiful way to honor.
Yeah, it is. And it's great what you guys are doing. You know, you think you go about your daily life, you don't realize what other people are going through, and there's a lot of people going through things, and you guys are there to help in any way you can. So thank you very much. Appreciate you guys being here, and look forward to the vigil tomorrow night from the Victims' Rights Unit at the Jackson County Prosecutor's Office. Kristy Conley and Kristen Onofri. More of the show after this break.